Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
I think my mic's on. I felt my nerd breath.
Yeah.
I'm watching the camera shots like...
You breathe like you have gills and lungs. All right,
Two more gamers remaining.
Dude, this has already been the best night of GSL this season. And I think it's going to hold that title for a while. It's been fantastic, and I actually think this is going to be a very good match. Dream vs. Dark was unbelievably good, and I actually thought Dream was going to win it a couple times. Dream vs. DRG was pretty Dream favored overall. I think he played really, really well there, but I don't think DRG played that well. So let's see what the maps are first. Romanticide, Blackburn, 2000.
Listen,
Oh, that's fascinating.
He held off that Hellbat rush. He's warmed up. He's in the zone. No, you're right. These are great maps. Dream, you know, he's shown so much promise. He seems to have leveled up to his peak right now. And maybe he can go even further. I think DRG is a good test. DRG is good at adjusting and changing his style. This is going to be a great best of 3.
Match 4,300.
Good game
It's a
gaming.
round number. It's like this. It's going to be disgusting on Thursday, 4,301. What? Were you the pimple on 4,300 first match?
Team NV, DRG.
I too am repulsed by odd numbers, Artosis.
4,301. What's that? The biggest prime number ever found? Get out of here.
It is good to be back. Guys, we're so happy to have you in our studio.
Yes. Thank you for coming down.
Instead of casting in what feels like a giant empty warehouse. Honestly, it felt like we were casting in some kind of a prison because we were still up here the whole time.
Yeah.
Sectioned away from the pro gamers in this weird balcony.
It's a prison world, my friend.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. We're casting from our prison planet in GSL. But now we got an audience. It's exciting. It's fun. It's fun to kind of be here with you guys in person as the games unfold. We can actually use the floor space, which we really didn't. I guess we sort of did. We put the Koreans in the middle where the chairs were.
Yeah, yeah. And now we have chairs plus those little
I'm
plexiglass
sure,
windows.
I'm sure you guys feel pretty safe with those plexiglass windows that are just, I mean, there's
no
way. Yeah, I saw a thumbs up there.
Well, he's being protected from an empty chair right now, which is super cool.
Or an invisible.
But that means there's 2 plexiglass windows between him and the next guy.
Yeah.
That's super. That's twice as safe. It's just like wearing 2 mask stasis, 2 plexiglass windows.
There is something funny about the theater of COVID and watching, like.
Well, some of these, some stuff like these plexiglass windows are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like when I was casting PUBG a couple days, and they put a glass window between myself and Paper Thin.
Yeah. Except it was only on the desk.
And it was only on the desk, so like it didn't do anything but be weird.
Except make it harder for you to see his screen.
Yeah, like,
I want you guys to know that the plexiglass in here, that's the same stuff they use to cage Magneto, okay? So
there's no metal in that plexiglass.
I mean, you should be safe from COVID, but if anybody can control all the metal in the room, which is probably not that much of, but you're probably safe.
No, we got cameras and stuff, Dace.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, Magneto's our cameraman. We only have one.
Man, I'm excited for the pandemic to just be done.
Well, I'm just looking forward to the next one.
Yeah,
I'm so good at this now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
next one comes up, I'm like, ain't no thing.
No problem.
Mask comes right out of my pocket.
You just turn your 5G off and you know you're fine.
You say something about a pandemic and suddenly I put a mask on, you're like, you're naked. Where were you holding that? You don't want to know, Tasteless.
I'll tell you, man, we've been out in Korea for like 13 or 14 years now, and it's an amazing city, Seoul is, but when there's lockdowns, man, I'll tell you, it's less than amazing, man.
I'm just glad you're living my life, Tasteless, but without the kids.
Yeah, no, it's
like,
great.
Oh, you're at home all the time? Yeah.
That's true. I don't have it as bad as you are, Tosis, but
Ooh.
Okay, Fusion
BC
Core.
opener with a triple CC into BC. That's a BCCC opener.
I like that. I like that, Artosis. I can't laugh, I can only nod. But yeah, man, having the, when we had lockdowns here and stuff was closed, you know, especially in the evenings, man, I'd want nothing more to be in a small, tiny apartment in an Asian megacity.
I know.
Yeah, I would go home and go, thank God I don't have a yard.
Dude, yeah, that's never missed a yard so hard my whole life.
Oh my God. And as a reminder, and this really is a, you know, kind of a PSA here. Yes, the studio's open. If you are not in the borders of South Korea, I would advise you to wait before you come here because there may be some changes in the rules, and I would wait for that to happen. But right now, they're not recognizing vaccines unless they're in the country, which means you would still have to be tested for COVID and then be in a forced quarantine for 2 weeks in a hotel where you'd have to pay a large fine for that too. So it's
definitely wait.
Definitely wait. But I think things are going to normalize here pretty soon.
Hopefully. Now the first BC almost halfway done. I don't think DRG's really super expecting it. He does have his layer on the way, a bunch of gases being added, so he'll definitely be going towards Mutalisks. That is his standard, and this is what I was kind of predicting that I thought that Dream would have picked him for. Oh, a Roach Warren. So there's actually still a lot of possibilities open here. Because remember, I was talking at the very beginning of the show, like, why did he pick him? I think he's going to try to kill him with mech. Because the Lingbane Muta that DRG played against Keen. But let's see. Yeah, ranged attack. Okay, he's figured this out. He's going for something that's a much more common counter to mech. Now the first BC should be warping over. There it is.
Okay, this is a lot of bunched up drones.
That is
and
so
Dream
good.
is actually taking a fight that, I mean, we don't even know how much more damage the Battlecruiser can do, but the fact that, oh my God, Act 2, hold on.
Yeah, the Hellions trying to get back in, does push those away. Spore helping out in the main base, so 14 drones down. That's pretty painful. It's pretty painful, but it's not the end of the world yet. Only 2 Hellions lost, damn.
That's pretty astounding, man. That amount of damage. And, you know, we've seen DRG in this situation a couple times, but I want to point out, you know, DRG, who has been so dominant in the past, was never really playing against this kind of stuff. And although this game is sizing up to be, you know, the kind of game that DRG wants to play with his style, Ling Muta Bane, that's quite a lot of damage he took. So he's going to be limping into that tech now.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to go Ling Bane here. Like, he's making those roaches. He
I'm sorry.
Unranged. So
I got confused about what I saw on an upgrade for a second. No, you're totally right. Yeah,
those
he's
little
sticking with
spines,
roaches. Yeah. And so, yeah, no, this is a completely different game.
He does have the
But he's going to get to play
spirals.
the game he wanted to play then, like we saw with these two guys earlier.
No, totally. I think this is what he was looking for in their very first game. Now he's going for the Corruptors. Let's see, his drone count is at 72. There was once upon a time a strategy to try to counter this where you went mass Corruptor with mass Speed Roach and try to bust them with 1-1. Because at that point, like, you clear the BCs and then the Roaches can kind of do the rest. I don't know that that's what he's going to do. We're going to see in a minute here. Now he's kind of like droning, he's kind of expanding, getting more upgrades and stuff. So not really going for that high eco all in or anything. I think it's probably smarter not to. We haven't seen that work in a while. BC getting out of there as the Corruptors come. Does have a couple turrets. The reason those turrets are there are specifically in case he does that Corruptor Roach thing. Some tanks, some mines being made. You know, I think this is a reasonable game on both sides. DRG's gotten up very high in drones now. Continuing to expand, push that creep out. And it'll be interesting to see how he counters this compared to how Dark did it. All right, because Dark took a lot of damage, more than DRG took this game when those BCs came over. Like, he lost 23 drones as opposed to 14, right? And it was a little bit quicker, too. So it was, like, much more painful. But Dark, you know, eventually went into Infestors and had lots and lots and lots of Ravagers, went into Swarm Hosts as well. Here, this is kind of a more standard approach that we're seeing from DRG. Lots of roaches, lots of corruptors. Expand.
Now, for the time being, Terran still has to muster more mech forces. It's why the BCs are so useful in moments like this, because you can stay active with them. You know, in the older mech variations, you know, even some of the weirder ones, like what Gumiho made work, where he could like kind of be out on the map because he made, you know, an interesting. Huh?
Tors and medevacs.
Yeah. But I think the battle cruisers make mech much more viable.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with you. You need activity on the map, and it's hard when it's like just Hellions, or even battle mech is kind of like, it kind of works, but not, doesn't feel like something that's going to work forever.
Yeah.
Okay, Overlord's coming over here to kind of stall things out. Just going to get out of there.
And again, you know, we're seeing such a wide range of play here from Dream, really. Like, he's got the bio play down. He's had big success with that. He's going into this mech style.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, really, it's the best we've ever seen of Dream, and he's always looked very good. We've always had high hopes for him, but like, he continues to improve.
For sure. Dream coming out with these PCs. Rocks being cleared. Look at how close the creep is getting to him. All right, backing up right now, the Corruptors getting a kill on a BC. A few bios going down, but he does pull back. DRG's creep spread really on point. Oh gosh, yeah, don't want to be losing that. A lot of bios hit. Oh, he might be able to get that. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty huge, just sniping the CC. It's kind of, it's funny because Dream was playing brilliantly, but yeah, to lose it like that is pretty unfortunate. You know, one of the benefits of having the siege tanks in number like this is you kind of put them in a position back, and then you could pull the CC away, hammer and shell, you know, the units that are attacking, and then bring it back in. But losing it, that's pretty big. And now the creep's going to actually come underneath this area, which means Terran has to push his own fourth base.
Yeah, it's getting rough with how good that creep spread is. The Corruptor's getting in on top of everything again. Of course, he is going to delete this ground army. More roaches coming up, but, I mean, we should have rallies coming out of the main base as well. What? He's actually getting on top of absolutely everything. Okay, there we go. 4 more tanks
This
coming
almost
down.
looks like a Zerg doing a Terran push right now.
I know. He does send off some Blue Flame Hellions, and he's done this a couple times now. We haven't commented each a time on it, but trying to keep that econ down a bit. Good usage of it.
He still can't land the third CC. The Corruptors are going to come back. I don't know how good the tank count is. I know he's making 4 at a time.
Yeah, so I believe that'll bring him to 8, and he'll just continue to go forward from there.
But I think Zerg just attacks in again. And keep in mind, these BCs just TP'd, so they actually can't get away. So he's going to get the kill on that. He's got enough to overwhelm this. I think DRG just won this game and has finally got to do what he practiced and planned for here against Dream's mech.
Yeah, and definitely you can tell that he has practiced this too, because he did not pull this out at all when Keen went mech against him like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But definitely showing like he was very, very prepped for this type of mech. I don't think that Dream can't beat him with mech, but honestly, he got some pretty strong damage between the Hellion, like the Hellion pincer on the Queens that were in the mineral line trying to hit the BC that warped in at like the perfect location to kind of make the Queens walk in. I think it was like beautifully planned. He did very good damage with that. I think he should have been happy with that opener. And still, here we are, and Dream is pretty much dead. His supply is doubled. He's, like you said, he's trying to push into his own fourth. That's never a good sign.
Honestly, DRG is basically surrounded Dream. He's kind of hiding out in his own base. He's trying to poke out. It really says something when the creep spread is so much that you can't expand because your CC can't land on their creep. Now, we'll see what Dream can do from here, but he is so down in supply, and I don't think depots and siege tanks are going to keep him safe for much longer. So I think it's extremely likely we're going to be going into game 2. But DRG is definitely coming back, and this is what's scary about DRG. You know, this guy's a GSL champion. He knows how to adapt to his opponent.
Well, he prepped for it, right? Like, he saw that mech maybe was something he was weak against, and now he looks very, very strong against it. So honestly, like looking at the map pool as well, there's some good maps in here for Mech. Like 2000 Atmospheres, I believe, is map 3. Are we going to see him try that again there if we go to map 3?
Could be.
After this first tough game. Look at this, he's switching to Broods. It's perfect. It's a perfect switch because it's like right now you're so anti-ground. It's just like siege tanks being pumped out nonstop. Hellions, those things don't shoot up. So I think DRG is about to end this game. Those Broodlords can fly across. I wouldn't be surprised to see a GG from that point.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're still in the game, to be honest, but I mean, it's his GSL match. Like, he's going to try to play it out to the best of his ability, but this should be the nail in the coffin, as Terran doesn't have any real actual answer here for the Broodlings.
Yeah, Broodlords are just going to destroy everything. Right. This pushes up as he unsieges the re-siege and pulls back immediately. A big volley does go off, so he loses a lot of Ravagers, but doesn't matter. GG. DRG taking game 1.
Good stuff from DRG.
Yeah, that was
I think that we're going to have to see Dream go back into bio.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He goes back into bio. I mean, how's DRG going to play? Probably Ling Mutabane, right?
Yeah, which I think is probably what he's most comfortable with overall. But, I mean, okay, so we're going into Blackburn next. Definitely could be Mech here, right? Like, DRG, like, kind of blindly countered Mech, and it was bio last time. There is a little bit of a mind game going on right now. How heavily do you want to commit to scouting?
Or, you know, all-ins are possible too, man.
Don't forget, Dream got a Viking before he went into BC.
That's right.
And that pushed back Overlord, so it was very hard to scout, but DRG still read the situation correctly.
Problem is that DRG's just, even though he absorbed a lot of damage from the BC Hellion, still won that. So
yeah,
it's going to be a tough one for Dream, I think. DRG kind of reasserting his dominance here. And maybe we'll move on unless Dream can win these next 2 games.
Good Game Gaming. Dream. Team NV. DRG.
So this time around, Hatch gonna go down over here. We saw these two play on this map before. It was great. It was a really interesting game. It ended kind of abysmally for DRG, to be candid with you guys. I mean, he ended up getting nuked 4 times in a row and then just tapping out. And not just like, oh, nukes are hitting my creep tumors, like nukes are killing all my drones and my hatches.
Yeah, that's true. The ending was not pretty for DRG.
But it was also a game where it seemed like DRG was trying to blind counter mech and then ended up in a game of bio. And I mean, I think he did fine, but this is a map where you can't really run over them with Roach Ravager.
Unless you're Rogue against Maru.
Yeah, well, no, to this day, I still feel a little bit confused by what we saw with that.
So does Maru.
Yeah, I thought, oh, is this how everybody's supposed to be playing? And all the pros gamers are saying, no.
No.
We'll see it once.
It was a bad finals, but it was Rogue, so it's supposed to be a bad finals.
Yeah, we don't get lucky when Rogue's playing in that, like,
almost every finals he's ever had was terrible when you think about it.
Yeah.
He always smashes people with stuff that he makes look broken. That's how he wins championships. Just like, hi, Niduses.
We think it's going to be a battle, but really it's like Rogue's mugging somebody.
Yeah.
And then getting away. Now, you know, when we had the games with Dark, I mean, Dark did some pretty cool timing attacks, but DRG doesn't really seem to do that very much. He pretty much just holds back. He likes to take big fights on the map. He likes to counterattack. He doesn't like to do any kind of like weird, here comes a Roach timing, or I'm going to Nidus you, anything like that.
Yeah, that's very true. So Dream here, very fast 3cc. We did see a very fast 3cc in the previous game as well. We'll see. He's going Starport. And we kind of have to wait to see here if he wants to go into BC again, because that's going to be what kind of tips us off, most likely. There are Banshee mech builds as well.
Yep.
They aren't as popular as the BC is the opener, but that is a possibility also. And there's also, of course, you can go Banshee into Bio here, no problem as well. But definitely we're going to be seeing either Banshee or BC.
So for Dream right now, you know, the last game was such a tricky one in that, like, he really, like, when you go mech, basically, you're trying to power up and then do a real good control game where you push out and shut down specific areas. But DRG shut it down so hard, I think especially when that command center got killed, which wasn't exactly like the plan. But it's also kind of an exceptional game in that, like, yeah, if the Corruptors kill your command center, all right, well, that's one way to lose the game. That's not really something you account for. You're pretty behind from there. This time around, he's trying to set up for a game that's going to have different parameters. Like, we will not in this game, for instance, see Corruptors kill a command center again. No, that's not. Nor will we see Creep get under a place where a command center would go. So all variables are different.
And honestly, it looks like a Bio game to me. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, waiting for the confirmation. We got it. More barracks are on the way. But again, I mean, before we started casting the games today, we were talking about how DRG is kind of a wrecking ball when it comes against Bio. He makes it look like going Bio is foolish.
Sometimes he does, really. But I feel like Dream's Bio is looking very, very strong as well. Let's get a couple Banshees. We haven't really seen them fly over yet. You might actually be stocking them up to have two at the same time. One-shot those drones. 4 spores are on the way, so DRG gonna be at least partially prepared for this. Yeah, even has one at the ramp there. Here come the 2 Banshees. And when he sees this defense, I don't think the Banshees are gonna do too much. They won't be useless, but definitely not going to get the type of damage he was hoping for.
And so, with Minerals positioned like this, it's kind of hard to hope that you're going to get away with that many kills. You know, there's just, like, you can see the Queens just zoned this out easily. I wonder if the Banshees was not a good idea.
I think if you go for a really quick 3cc and you don't go Banshee, you're playing with fire a little bit. Like, the Banshees give you some opportunity for harassment, and then it's very good defense as well.
Yeah, I guess it's okay for the defensive stuff. I just, again, the Minerals all hugging the right side, like, you're just not going to get kills. You're not going to interrupt activity. The Banshees are not cheap, by the way.
But they can be useful in conjunction with the Hellions. If you don't go them, you die to Roach pushes, you die to Nidus.
They are a bit of a fail-safe in that way, that even, you know, it's easy to dismiss them when they don't do any damage, when the Roach push or the Nidus push never came. Okay, good point, Artosis.
Hellions going to come in, clear out some of this creep. That gold base is being taken. That is the one base the Banshees definitely can do some damage on. And actually, the Banshees have flown around the entire top of the map. So they're going to come in from behind towards that 3rd base. Have some potential for damage there, I would say. Mutas are being made, so the Banshee's probably not going to make it all the way home. Something at least.
So they are actually going to get a little bit of value out of here.
Not too bad.
Now the gold base is kind of a turning point in the matchup on this map. Zerg always get it first. Zerg are pretty much the race that benefits always from the gold base. Because they can always take it first, and they can always exploit, you know, what they get from that. And I don't know what you want to do with the extra minerals. Maybe just get a lot more Lings and then Veins there and try to attack with that. But we want to watch and see if Zerg can try to control the game from here, because gold bases mine out fast. I mean, they're not forever, but it does give you this kind of this boost Your economy's on steroids for a little bit.
You know, I gotta say, I like a lot of things about how Dream is playing this. His third CC is up pretty quick. He's making a Thor now, getting Drilling Claws in the second factory. So he's going to be going very heavy mine here against the Ling Bane meter, which I think is really crucial against DRG. DRG clearing out the map a bit. Is re-spreading this creep, slowly but surely. I think it's a pretty even game right now.
Yeah, it's been a pretty passive game overall, but that's probably better for Dream in some ways because he hasn't really given an opportunity for DRG to just gobble up his army. He's being very patient, which means the push later on is going to be very important. DRG still has map control, is opening up various points on the map. Dream's economy is getting, you know, that final boost. He has a couple more barracks coming out here. He's getting ready for his 4th base. DRG has basically claimed his side of the map. Now, is this game going to end the same way? I don't think so. But we got to wait for the first engagement. There's not a lot we can say until they actually do come to blows.
Yeah. DRG is just opening everything and pushing creep, which is really not a bad strategy, right? Like on creep, you're going to be 10 times more powerful. The medevac will load up there. Mutas look like they're diving towards the main base. Gonna go after some reactors. Smart move. This is some quality reduction of production, as I like to call it.
Reduction of production? Yeah, Rap God over here.
That's what they call me.
Now, I think we're going to start getting to the climax here. I mean, they're both maxing out, which means somebody's going to have to attack, and that somebody should be Dream here.
Yeah, Dream actually is going triple tech lab right now, so definitely can start popping out ghosts and more marauders to help with this, because that is a lot of Banes.
Whoa, kind of bled off a couple Banes there. What am I seeing here? He just sort of perched the Banes by the siege tanks.
Yeah. Weird engagement. Like, look at this. Goes into mines. Good mine hit. Oh my god, that mine hit was insanity.
Okay, this is like a lot of Banes, but I can't imagine this is going to do that well. I mean, they just trade awfully.
You couldn't have been more efficient as Dream.
I'm kind of confused with what DRG did back there. I mean, 2-2 just finished, by the way. That's a handy upgrade to have before you attack.
Yeah, no, that was, he was really baited into there. Like, I think he didn't see the mines. The mines got, the second mine hit was like, how many Banes did he kill with that thing? Has to be 10. The tank got 11 kills on those Banes. Yeah, really efficient there by Dream. Of course, it's not the end of the world. It wasn't a good move by DRG, but he is continuing to tech up. He's getting into lurker tech. His creep spread is still so absolutely bonkers that it's not like he can't max out easily before Dream can get across the map.
So Dream now has his side. We do get to the point in time here where we're running out of bases on the map. The Zerg has taken his last given base. The Terran will be taking his last given base soon here. I worry about that attack that we saw back there and that DRG lost a kind of big opportunity, you know? I mean, not that he's supposed to win the game there, but he just kind of bled off a lot of assets that he really needed.
Well, he's gonna, like, he's maxed out. He's getting into lurker tech, which I think, like, the thing is he's prepping everything. He's kind of like finishing off a bunch of upgrades, getting into ranged attack and whatnot. He's keeping his creep spread out, and he's just defending the edge of the creep where he can, which I think is, this is like a very smart way for him to go into the game. It's like, okay, we can play the grinding game. And it's like, it doesn't seem like he's going to kill him with Ling Bane Muta unless Dream goes like too deep on creep. So I like the way DRG's playing this still, and I like the way Dream's playing it.
No,
these are two good gamers.
Two good gamers, yes.
These are some true cyber athletes.
Yes. Terrence chewed his way through a lot of the creep. We've got more Banes making, but I think Dream is pretty smartly so going to just pull away. Here comes the counterattack now. This is going all the way to the northwest.
Yeah, that's very nice. Great usage of those siblings.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god.
This is great. And now we got a big attack coming in the middle of the map here.
Yeah, very inefficient there for DRG. 26 SCVs fell. Ouch! He can replace that. Like, he's got a good-sized bank, so not the end of the world again.
So the push comes down a little bit more. This is where the slowing areas are. There's something hitting this expansion. Oh, these lurkers are still here. Ooh. Okay, now this could be bad for Dream, because again, if this fight goes very well, keep in mind Dream's economy is damaged, so what he loses here can't be remade as easily. Look at the Banes going through this slowly.
Yeah, picking up, running back. I think that Dream took this fight about as well as he could have, but
yeah,
he's taken a lot of damage, and this has been tough. DRG really brought all of his units to bear there for a moment.
I love this Thor finally brought to an end here.
Yeah. It fought valiantly.
Yes, these Mutas and Thors have really had their fight go down. The planetaries now taking damage. The gold bases and mining. You know, in a whirlwind of attacks, Dream basically lost on every front here.
Yeah, can he pull it back together at all? It feels like the momentum is too heavy on DRG's side to me. Like, if DRG would leave him alone for 2 minutes, I feel like he might be able to pull something together and get his bases remining, get his comp back together. But
yeah, well, I think also attacking out after all of those workers were lost. You know, the economy's been so hiccuped. DRG now is loaded. He's just banking minerals and gas. He's going to ready another attack here. And this is really where Dream, another attack on him that succeeds very well, could be fatal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of command centers. You can see he's really pumping up his economy now. He's trying to macro back up. He's pumping out some ghosts. Oh, man. Well, I mean, this Sim City is pretty awesome, but the lurkers burrowing got to make it very tough.
Yeah, and now he can pry him open with those lurkers. He basically forces this to live, which then forces he tries to land it again. But there's so many Banes here. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The lurkers continue to eat their way through this territory, now going up and nuking the 2 tanks that are up there. And I mean, Zerk can pick and choose when and where he wants to fight from here. All of the, that's it, GG.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so
Wowzers.
DRG comes back and 2-0's Dream in the final match, getting him back for being 2-0'd in the very first one of the day. Very impressive stuff from the old man.
The old man himself.
I feel bad, though, to have Dream not going on in the round of 8. I'm very excited about his play, man. I think he played some awesome games tonight. His games against Dark were fantastic, but DRG really turned it on at the end there and showed why he is a Zerg versus Terran killer. He is so good at that matchup. I do worry, though, about the other 2. His ZVP has been a bit lackluster. His Zerg versus Zerg has been non-existent, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, well, congrats to DRG. He overcame his opponent that beat him earlier on. We're going to go to an interview now, and we're going to be wrapping up the show in a little bit here. DRG is the second player to move on out of Group B. Congratulations. By the way, guys, next week, Group A, we never missed it. We just moved the alphabet around because we could do that here.
In spite of Dream's fantastic performance throughout the day, it is DRG landing a killing blow on him. Congratulations, DRG. Thank you. Wow, you must be really happy after that win, DRG. How do you feel? It was a hard-fought victory, and this group looked really hard. And due to the alarm issue, I wasn't able to arrive at the venue at the right time. So I wasn't able to warm up my hand. I wasn't able to do the settings right. And my mentality was completely shaken even before the games. But you know, I was confident in my skills, so I tried to play patiently. And you know, at the end of the day, I was able to get good results. Wow, DRG, your hands weren't warmed up. That's sad to hear. It definitely felt like your first match and the final match was completely different. In the final match, it felt like your maneuvering was almost like perfect compared to the first match. So do you think anything different happened apart from your hands?
일단 1경기 때 준혁이가 빌드를 잘 준비해가지고.
Well, in the first match, Dream strategized really well, so he was able to get good results in the first match.
매를 맞고 나니까.
But after that,
최종전에서 쓸 게 없는지 평소 하던
I think in the final match, Dream ran out of builds to use.
저 스스로도 연습을 많이 했기 때문에.
And I made sword preparation and I exploited that.
네, 조지명식에서는 조준혁 선수가 나를 뽑았지만 결과는 반대의
In the group
결과가
nomination,
나왔습니다.
Dream did pick you, but the result was completely the opposite.
생각이 드셨나요?
그 영우 경기전 보고 저는 졌다고 생각했는데.
Before Dark's match,
그걸 기가 막히게 이기더라고요.
I thought he would lose to Dream, but Dark managed to flip it around. I was really amazed at that. And then, I thought if I was left in Dark's situation, I wouldn't be able to beat Dream. But then, I tried to play like myself, and then somehow I was able to win against Dream. So now you have beaten Keen before, and now you beat Dream, and now you move to round of 8. In the round of 8, you'll be playing against the first place of Group A. I'm sure you want to play against a Terran player. And that group consists of 1 Zerg and 3 Terran players, so who do you want to play against? Well, it is highly likely that Rogue is going to be placed first in that group. So it's probably going to be a ZVZ. And my offline ZVZ is really terrible, so I'm going to try to recover that win rate in the round of 8. Well, that is right. Rogue is definitely the favored one in that group. So out of the Terran players, do you have any player that you prefer? There's Bjorn, Percival. I don't want to play against teammate, so I do hope Bjorn advances the first place, if possible. Alright, DRG. The DRG, thank you for playing until this late time, and the fans are here at the venue to cheer for you. So anything you want to say to the fans? Well, this is our live audience in such a long time. I'm really happy to have played in front of my fans. And I'll try to make thorough preparation for the round of 8, and I'll try to deliver a better performance than today. Once again, congratulations, DRG. Thank you.
Very cool stuff. DRG moves on. What a hell of a day, Artosis.
Yeah, it was really great. Very long day as well.
Right.
But great matches within. I think Dark vs. Dream, one of my favorites in a very long time. So Dark and DRG, our 2 Zerg players, move on. 100% Zerg advancement rate in Code S this season.
That's right. We're going to be back on Thursday, everybody, with Group A. We did have that schedule change. It will be always Monday, Thursday from here on out. I know many of you in the past are used to that. There's a lot more games and studio work here at Africa TV. They've really expanded what they're doing out here. But GSL goes on just on the new schedule that we have for this year, and it'll probably be like that for many more years to come.
Yes, definitely think so. All right, this is our Group A.
Oof, battle of the sailor hats.
It's funny seeing Rogue in that.
Yeah, they got Rogue to wear that hat.
Yeah, he's a
They
sailor.
got Beyond to hold it. Funny too. I don't know who's more manly, the person that was like, no, I'm not going to wear that hat, or the person that said, I can pull this off.
Yeah, Rogue is definitely manly. Yeah, Rogue, Percival, Bjorn, and Bunny. That's a very interesting group. I think Percival is way outgunned here, but you never know what's going to happen with a group like this. Like, Bunny can throw crazy upsets. Bjorn's, like, it's all kind of down to his wrists. I think, like, when he's playing his best, he can beat absolutely everyone. And then, of course, Rogue, it's like, well, generally he does things like wins GSL and then bombs out of a couple and then wins another one. That type of he's that type of player. So how is he going to actually play in Group A? I could see him going down 0-2 to Percival, and I could see him winning GSL without losing a map.
It's
like
possible, man.
The entire universe is his realm.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, tickets are available. Check the times in the VODs. I actually don't know exactly when it was, but you have to buy them and buy them right away.
5 p.m. on Fridays.
Thank you.
KST.
And we hope to see you guys Thursday. We love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.